They watch, they hate, then they copy. Harry on Zoom giving a heartfelt message to veterans while Willie... Come on, I don't even know what he was truly doing there. Ooh, wait, I know, he was doing things that actually don't matter, or even if it does, it's only for him and his family, not to the public, not to honour veterans. Poor Willie, doing things that matter only to him. Oh, here we go again. It's like clockwork, isn't it? Every time Prince Harry steps up and does something that actually moves the needle, something real, something raw, something that screams, I give a damn. His big brother Willie slinks in behind him like a shadow that's too lazy to find its own light. And this latest Zoom fiasco? It's peak Willie, all flash, no fire, just another desperate grab at relevance while pretending it's not a straight-up rip-off of Harry's playbook. Why am I not surprised? Because this isn't new. This is the royal family's favourite game. Spy on the spare, trash him behind closed doors, then dust off his ideas and slap a crown on them like they're original. But let's break it down, shall we? Because if there's one thing Willie's good at, it's making me roll my eyes so hard they ache. Picture this. It's Remembrance Weekend, 2025. The air thick with that heavy, respectful hush we all feel when we think about the folks who've stared down hell and come back changed. Prince Harry, the guy who's been out of the fishbowl for years now, doesn't need a fancy invite or a taxpayer-funded jet to show up for the veterans he actually cares about. Nope. From his spot in Montecito, yeah, that exile the tabloids love to whine about, he drops into a surprise video call for the Heroic Hearts Project. This isn't some scripted fluff. It's Harry, raw and real, talking PTSD, talking recovery, talking about the invisible scars that don't show up in parade photos. He's chatting with vets who've been through the grinder, sharing stories that hit like gut punches because he's been there. 2 tours in Afghanistan, remember? Bullets whizzing, mates not coming home. That's Harry's world. And he's using his voice, his platform to say, hey, you're not alone, I've got your back. Heartfelt. Understatement of the year. It's the kind of message that sticks, that makes a vet in Toronto or a soldier in recovery feel seen. Harry's not phoning it in, he's zooming it in with soul. Now, cut to Willie. Our future king, the one who's supposed to be the steady hand, the rock of the realm. What's he doing? Oh, right, jumping on a Zoom wagon that's still got Harry's tyre tracks all over it. Armistice Day rolls around, and suddenly Willie's beaming into schools across the UK, urging kids to pin on a poppy and honour the troops. Sounds noble, doesn't it? Except when you peel back the polish, it's about as deep as a puddle after a drizzle. This online shindig, hosted by some veteran presenter named JJ Chalmers, props to JJ, he's the real deal. It's got music, poetry, a 2-minute silence. Cute, educational even. But Willie's part? It's a pre-recorded video message, folks. He pops up like a hologram at a school assembly, all earnest eyes and that trademark furrowed brow that screams, I'm trying so hard to look intense. Wear the poppy, kids. Remember the fallen. Yawn. Where's the connection? Where's the gut wrench from a guy who's never dodged an IED but thinks a few weeks in the Blues and Royals makes him an expert? Don't get me wrong. Poppies are important. Remembrance matters. But let's call it what it is. Willie's Zoom is a checkbox exercise, a quick PR hit to remind everyone he's still in the game, while Kate's battling her own health wars and the king's off doing king things. Harry's message? It's for the vets, straight up. No kids' choirs or feel-good filters. It's adult talk about adult pain. Willie's, it's kiddie hour because apparently that's his wheelhouse now. Too scared to go deep, or just too lazy to try. Either way, it's a pale imitation, and the timing, suspiciously close to Harry's drop-in. Coincidence? In royal land? Please. They watch everything Harry does like hawks on a mouse hunt. Remember how they shredded him for going Hollywood with the Oprah chat, then turned around and did their own tell-all vibes in that Netflix mess? Same energy. Harry innovates, Willie appropriates, and lazy. God, where do I even start with that? Willie's been coasting on that air privilege since diapers. Sure, he's got the titles, the estates, the someday I'll be king safety net. But brains? Initiative? Nah, that's Harry's department. Harry's the one who dreamed up the Invictus Games back in 2014, turning a spark of an idea into a global blaze that lifts broken bodies and spirits higher than any parade ever could. Vets from over 20 countries, competing, healing, finding purpose. That's Harry's brainchild, and it's thrived without a dime of crown cash because it's real. Willie? He eyed it with that jealous side-eye, according to whispers from palace insiders who couldn't keep their mouths shut. Surprised by its success, they said. Jealous even. And what does he do? launches his own Earthshot prize, all eco-glam and celebrity schmoozing, like he's the green kingpin. Noble cause, sure, but let's not pretend it's not Harry-like big ideas, borrowed thunder, zero of the grit that makes Invictus sing. Fast forward to now, and it's the same script. Harry's in Canada, just days before, hobnobbing with vets at galas, auctioning off their art, even getting cheeky warnings from a 101-year-old World War II survivor who tells him to stay out of trouble. That's Harry, charming, connected, actually listening. He's there in the flesh, building bonds that last. Willie? He's zooming from Windsor, probably with a scriptwriter fluffing his lines because heaven forbid he ad-libs something unpolished. And for what? To connect young people to remembrance heritage. Cute. But who benefits? The schools get a royal cameo for their bulletin boards. The palace gets a feel-good headline. The vets, crickets. Unless they're under 18 and reciting poetry, Willie's not sweating their stories. It's all for the family brand, that shiny Wales facade that cracks every time the tabloids dig too deep into the boredom behind it. They hate him, you know. The royals, Willie included, can't stand how Harry bolted, how he built something better without their strings. They called his move to the States a betrayal, a Hollywood sellout. Unroyal, they sneered, like Zoom chats were beneath the throne. But watch. Harry's heartfelt vet messages go viral for all the right reasons. Inspiring, intimate, impactful. Willie's poppy plea. It gets a polite nod on the evening news, then fades into the ether. And yet, here comes the copycat clause. I thought it was too Hollywood, they all muttered when Harry first went virtual post-Megxit. Now, Zoom's their darling. Unroyal no more. It's like that time Harry pushed mental health into the spotlight with Heads Together. Wait, no, that was their joint thing. But Harry's the one who kept the fire lit solo after they bailed. Or how about the environment? Harry's been yapping about climate doom since forever, tying it to conservation in Africa. Willie waits in the wings, then boom, Earthshot, complete with Vancouver glitz that clashes with his bro's low-key Canada vet tour last week. Watch, hate, copy. It's their love language. Poor Willie. I almost feel bad for the guy if he weren't so damn infuriating. Imagine waking up every day knowing your little brother's outshining you without even trying. Harry's got the smarts to spot a need and fill it. Invictus for the wounded warriors, Archewell for the bigger picture, that Netflix polo doc that actually entertained while educating. Brains like that. They don't come from Eton polish, they come from heart and hustle. Willie's got the polish all right, balding temples slicked back, suits tailored to hide the paunch, but the hustle. MIA. He's the king in waiting who skips the hard yards, preferring photo ops over follow-through. Remember his no mental health stigma tour? Flash in the pan. Harry's still out there, funding therapies, amplifying voices. Willie's what? Tweeting platitudes from his iPad while the staff handles the rest. And let's talk family. Harry's built one that works. Him, Meghan Sussex, the kids, a life where love trumps protocol. They face the world together, no stiff upper lips required. Willie's crew. It's a magazine spread waiting to unravel. Kate's a trooper, bless her, but even she's carrying the load while Willie plays at being profound. His Zoom. It's not about honouring vets. It's about burnishing the heir's halo for the grandkids' sake. Look, George, Daddy did a video. Yippee. Meanwhile, Harry's message lands like a lifeline for guys who wake up screaming from nightmares. One brother's legacy will be statues and stamps. The others will be lives changed, quietly, profoundly. So yeah, not surprised. Willie's Zoom is just the latest in a long line of inspired by moments that reek of desperation. Harry's the spark. Willie's the smoke, billowing out after the fact, claiming the glow. If the future king wants to lead, maybe start by leading original. Ditch the copy-paste routine, dig into the dirt, show up for the vets without a cue card. But nah, that's Harry's lane, the brainy spare who's freer than the throne ever allowed. Keep watching, Willie. Keep hating and keep copying. At least it keeps things interesting while the rest of us root for the guy who's actually got the guts to go first.